Yes, so we're live. What's up, guys? Mazdal 420 live from Israel here. We're live on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Today is Friday. I have a special guest here with me, sim racer called Keystone Alfisti of Twitch. Is the F1 2019 TSRC Div 2 champion and current ABR and Transnation driver for in F1 2020, and is also my brother. So today we're gonna drive together in ACC, Asseto Corsa Competizione, and it will be his first time driving this game. And at the end of the stream, so we will be able to also hear his thoughts and comments as a sim racer coming from F1 on Asseto Corsa Competizione. We'll be using Trustmaster TS Racer, TSPC Racer with Trustmaster Open Wheel add-on, Trustmaster TLCM pedals, and yeah. So we'll be driving in Asseto Corsa. So without further ado,
Let's go.
let's go. So yeah, I'll put the gloves. We start off with some warm-up laps. I'll start off with some warm-up laps. I haven't driven this car yet in at Silverstone. And I'll do like a basic sort of setup to start off with.
What's the numbers?
The higher you go in traction control and ABS, then the more they intervene more. I start on these cars with 6 and ABS on 4, but you saw I loaded the aggressive preset and it was like 3 and 2, something like that.
Okay.
In all of the YouTube setup videos, I always saw everybody's setting up the front brakes on 1. 2 is for longer races or endurance races or 3-hour races.
Yeah.
So for practice or short races, everybody on
You can
YouTube
go
and on the
hard
forums,
on the brakes, yeah.
yeah, set on 1. Fuel depends how many laps you want to do. That's basically it. I'm not changing anything.
Okay.
That's basically it. So put on the earphones. Fuel system engaged. Start up the car. And we can start. So, haven't driven this car yet in Silverstone. Let's start off easy. The tires are cold, and if you go on the curves when there's this cold, you will most likely spin. Traction control saved me there, by the way. Going to the back straight. First lap doesn't count anyway. Whew. This car is a handful, I can tell you that. Let's try to do a clean lap. Probably can take it faster. Completely, almost completely lost it. Let's try to do one more clean lap. So, what do you think of my lines as
Very bad.
as someone who raced at Silverstones hundreds of times?
Yeah, when we'll switch, we'll do it differently. I'll start. First of all, I'll start very easy with the car because I see the handling is quite different from what I'm used to. But I do know the track very well, and in the opening one and the second lap, we'll just go through the correct lines. In general, I'm not sure exactly about this car and the game since I haven't played it, but I'll try to go where you should brake, where the car should be in order to open. Silverstone has a lot of fast straights, and you need to open them in order to maximize your speed. Otherwise, you will be slow. Not sure I'm going to do the 2 minute 10 that there is now, but we'll see. Formula car does this track.
Yeah, I want to ask you.
I'm doing it in.
I want to ask you
what's
your best time?
24, high 24.9, something like that. But you can go in 2020 about a second faster than that. Okay, I haven't raced it on 2020 yet, so I'm not sure I will get to that second. But I only did about 10 laps up until now, and I did a high 24. So it's about 50 seconds from now, from the time I just made. I think you can go to the 2 minutes. I think for sure it can be.
I'm guessing.
If you put a setup.
I'm guessing the real times are closer to 2 minutes than my time. I haven't checked, but by the way, automatic pit limiter.
Okay. So how have you felt when you started racing with this game, coming from the rally world? How was it for you?
It's very different. It's a different style of driving, I think, completely. You have to be so precise on the gas and throttle, and
you actually have to turn off the car, huh?
yeah, you have to turn off the car. Then you have to start it again.
Okay.
So
nice.
we have a new set of tires.
Two guys doing the 4 tires.
You're welcome.
I'll put the other gloves on.
So, Keystone and 50, TSRC F1 Div 2 2019 champion, first time driving in ACC. We're driving the Mercedes AMG GTR, GT3 at Silverstone. And it's also the first time I think driving with the pedals. You want to change? Yeah, it's regular, go back.
Let's start with this.
Okay. The right button. Let's go.
This is actually the old turn number 1 in the current Formula track. And okay.
Yeah, take it off.
So that was my second corner in ACC. Let's start, okay. Let's see how it behaves. Actually, I think the next corner is the hardest one in the F1 track because you have to brake really hard, which I'm not doing, okay? Trying to control the car, maybe going through this curb. You normally brake around the 100-meter board here, okay?
But it's not an F1 car. It's not an F1 car, so take it off slowly. He's trying to take in the F1 lines first. You have to... Yeah.
Okay. Okay, for this straight, we have to stay on the right. Okay, you have to be patient going through the left. Okay, and do not try to cut it. Here, try to stick to the right as much as you can, opening the wheel, going to the left. Okay, opening the next straight. This is the old turn number 1. Here you normally in Formula take it completely flat out, completely. Here I think you should do a small brake and the lift off, going through Meggetts and Beckett's. Try to open the right and going through the left. Keep it in the center as much as you can, trying to open up the hanger straight. And again, coming to the hardest corner here, we'll see how we can take it. Okay.
Brake.
The brakes.
You have to brake.
The brakes are the...
Yeah.
You really have to press them, huh?
Yeah. So because these are Thrustmaster TLCMs and load cells, these are his first time actually using these brakes as well, so he's not used on really pressing the brakes. I think I've set it up about 80% load cell power or something like that.
Here you have to open the right in order to get as close as you can to the following straight. is
Easy.
the traction is. I want to lower it a little bit. This one.
Yeah.
It was on
6.
6.
Great setting up as well.
Here we need to brake a little bit more. Too much. No traction is better than traction here.
Could be. You can turn off ABS as well.
I'm not braking hard enough
Yeah, definitely.
with these brakes. Can we change the ABS as well?
Yeah, I'm using the button box.
This one?
Yeah.
Wait, I found it. Okay. We'll try with traction off and ABS off.
Okay, hold on. I see we have a problem here with the camera for a second. I see we have a problem with the camera for a second. We'll fix it. That's okay. Let me do it. Let me start. One thing I've noticed, you're always looking at the monitor and it's distracting you.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But let me see why the camera is. Okay, back on 9. Let's try. Second thing, you don't need to shout.
I don't hear myself.
Yeah, I know. But just if you talk normally, it will hear you okay. So ACC, Silverstone, Mercedes AMG GT3, Keystone R50, off Twitch, live from my gaming room.
That was a proper turn.
Yeah.
with the small corrections, the wheel is too sensitive. And that's why, maybe it's because of the degrees.
Maybe we need to raise it. So
Because
right now
the smallest actually froze the car.
yeah, so right now the wheel is set to 400 degrees in the Thrustmaster panel, control panel. Probably because of that, it was set to 900 earlier, but basically I played some Death Rally 2.0, so now it's set to 400 actually. So that's probably
With the small corrections, you need to be very precise. Otherwise, you need to brake a little bit harder here. And here.
nice.
Much better.
Yeah.
Too late. Did you see?
Yeah.
The weight shifting is really hard.
I think maybe we can set the rotation back to 900 on the wheel.
Going through this corner, I think maybe short shifting to third will keep the car from not spinning. We'll try it next time. Short shifting to third on the exit, and the car glides into it. I think we have to nail maggots and Beckets, and the lap will be okay. Coming into maggots and Beckets. I have to figure the entry point is causing the car to...
I think
shift left and right.
I think we should raise the rotation on the wheel to 900 and let the wheel soft lock itself in game.
Let's see.
I think that's what we need to do.
Let's see.
Because as I said earlier, now it's set on 400 and
It's
maybe
too sensitive
maybe,
in the middle.
Maybe yeah, so maybe it's causing you the oversensitivity.
Yeah.
Oversensitivity. But
Again, it's mainly in maggots and beckets here, and
so let's change it.
maybe 700, 720, and not 900, or is this the default?
That's
And
the
then the game will end.
That's the default.
Then okay.
Because now when I set it to 900, in game it's set to 900, so it should be aligned with that. So hopefully the force feedback bug won't happen now when you have force feedback.
The wheel is much lighter now. Much lighter.
Yeah, because we open up the rotation. But no force feedback. I think we may need to restart again.
That's a test.
No force feedback?
Very smooth. We lost the feedback.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Okay, so we'll have to restart the game.
I can go without the feedback.
No, we'll have to restart the game. We'll have to restart the game, and okay, so back in ACC, let's set up the car in the same way that I let you set up the TC and ABS.
Yeah, I'll do it. You can move it to 0 if you want them.
Okay, let's set
It's
up
only-
just the front brakes to 1-1 and that's it basically.
Let's go.
Green light. Go, go, go.
ותצעק פחות. And 1 second, we need to change the... And... So you wouldn't look at the monitor. You raise the TC.
Okay, let's remove traction. Up. Let's remove traction and ABS.
So everything is off now.
Okay, They're off.
Look straight, don't look at the monitor. So we're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube, also Facebook Gaming, Keystone 50, TSRC, F1 2019 Div 2 champion, first time driving in ACC. Here at my rig. So I'm very happy to host him. And at the end we can hear about his thoughts about the game itself as well.
Too much.
There goes the mouse again.
long part. The first gear spun the car.
Break.
The left curl. It's a shame because I came a little bit slower. Too late. It's good that we don't have damage here.
Yeah.
I'm doing Bottas. Going over the lawn here, like he did in Austria. This lap we're gonna hook everything together.
Okay.
Or not. Let's see. Or not?
Oh no, probably not.
Again, the left curb. But I figured out what was the problem with the brakes. I used my feet only with part of the brake pedal, and the pressure I applied wasn't big enough. So the car, and now I'm simply going a little bit.
That's
You with the shoes.
That's why I'm using the driving shoes.
Yeah, with the shoes it will be.
That's why I'm using the
Yeah. Is there a temperature for the tires or something like that?
Yeah, it's even on the screen basically. Maybe also.
I think they're too hot.
You have it though. You have it on the screen there. ايش المساحة?
What?
You have temperature.
Temperature. Yeah, I think they're too hot. I'm sleeping now. Because of my amazing spin. Let's try to cool them.
74, 70s.
Yeah, the rails are too hot. Let's see here and we can brake. I let them cool a little bit. The left side tires are burning.
So go
You
back.
can't lean.
Go
back to.
to the pits and change tires.
How do you do it?
You drive.
Ah, you have to drive the.
You drive. Nah, you don't. Let's go back to
You
the garage.
go. You can go to the garage. And now. Continue.
Yeah,
Hmm?
I think so. No. Yeah, so. We're live on YouTube, live on Twitch, on both me and Keystone's channels, and also on Facebook Gaming. So follow me, follow him. Cheers.
Too much. Yeah, maybe consider setting letting the traction control and ABS a little bit. The problem with that.
A little bit.
Two?
Like 2 or 3.
The problem.
Because for 13 laps you haven't done a valid lap yet.
Nah,
Just saying.
that's going off track isn't a real problem. It's just hooking the pieces together. what the traction does. Really. Let's do. Let's do brand first. Zero. What was the setting in the aggressive setup? 2-3?
Yeah.
2 ADS? Or 2 for the traction?
2 for traction.
So the ABS? The ABS light? It doesn't stop with the ABS. Traction is working. Hmm. 900 degrees, right?
No, I think it was a direct drive wheel with
No.
20 Newton meters.
That's why.
And you will leave your hands inside.
No, but I don't. At that point, the car was lost. So no point in trying to fight it. But the rear wheels are internal. Not sure what will hold here. Let's try to put them on the strip.
So again, as said, we're live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Buzzer 420, Keystone and Facebook, F119, TSRC Div2 champion, and current F1 2020 ABR and transatlantic driver.
I'm doing something terribly wrong on the entry to megats or decades in the middle. The weight shifting of the car is throwing me. It has nothing to do with the traction or something like that. Just the weight of the car. Maybe I'm braking too much there. Yeah, see? Exactly the same point.
It's becoming too fast for this car.
I don't know, it feels...
Fast.
It doesn't feel fast.
Slow is fast.
Yeah, slow in, fast out, but it doesn't feel like it's too fast. That's the... If we're talking about game feeling, okay, which is one of the parameters that you should look into, it doesn't feel fast. Maybe that's one of the problems. Here, you see now it's very smooth, the last corner. Probably because of the traction and stuff, but there, I don't think it's traction related. I don't see any traction active during when I'm losing it there. But I'm taking it a little bit slower this time. Let's see. I think maybe I need to trail brake a little bit more. Something like this. keep the balance of the car. Probably that's what's needed here. I think that's, if you're talking about car differences, in Formula and the GT, I think if you move the obvious things aside, I don't know, maybe speed and aerodynamics and traction, which is completely different, but I think the weight shifting of the cars, I think that's the most challenging thing I'm actually going for here. You don't need to keep the same balance of the F1 car. It's so low, and the aerodynamics just keep you on track on most cases. You can use the car in different ways, but here I think the most important thing is the weight. So we're gonna do.
We're still on like some sort, one of the default setups for the,
of
in
course.
terms of aerodynamics. We can play around with the aero and such, and back wings, etc. But yeah, it's probably one of the most major differences between the cars.
If you saw the last two corners, now I'm gonna trail brake every time. Of course, something like this, but at least the car didn't go left and outside. But I think it's, I don't know, mandatory here. From what I see, here you keep the weight of the car with the brake instead of losing it on the curb like before. Okay, you see the difference, the main difference? Like you said, it's slower, okay? But I'm on track, so it's going to be faster in that way. Without the ABS, now the ABS is on 1. Without the ABS, I was in some of the cases pumping a little bit harder the brake, and here, because of you don't need to pump the brake with ABS, and it's on the minimum value it can be. You see that the car actually listens more and actually stays on course on the track. So I think it's better keep it on 1, the minimum. The minimum thing, yeah. But for me, since it's I don't know, this is lap 19, uncompleted lap 19, plus 6 or 7 from the previous before we started the game. So a little bit more than 25 laps. I think the 1 is the value that we should use. That's from what I've seen up until now. I'm not sure about the traction, because if we can keep the weight of the car, then going a lot lower with the traction. I got a lap while talking. Yeah, while talking and going not that fast. But maybe that's the.
Maybe
that's the point.
just talk. Just
Really?
talk.
Yeah, just talk. Yeah, but, you know, I got this lap because I lost it.
And,
But I wasn't pushing too hard. Okay, that's I think the main point. I was trying to push without knowing what it will do. Okay, going maybe too fast, going into certain corners, but what settings do you have in terms of other force feedback? It's on 100 force feedback.
The gain is on 75, something like that. Dynamic damping on 100. Roll effects on 5. That's basically everything is set on 100 in the Taskmaster panel.
And now we have 900 degrees.
Yeah, no. Probably low.
I think it's too much. Okay, it's too
No,
much.
because the car is about 700 or something like that, so the game
Yeah.
is soft lock it at 700.
So if you keep the brake a little bit, the car will actually stay. No. Yeah, okay. I was looking for where you can see the brake. How much I brake? It's on the right side. Okay. Feels better with the lower traction. There you go. There it is. It's like a, I don't know, some balance that I'm missing between those two. It's like if you're higher with traction, I feel it's limiting quite a lot. But if you go low on the traction, the ABS becomes a problem. You see, it's a. I don't know which. Let's go again without the ABS. Although I'm pretty sure we do need the one or something like that. F1 game, there's a lot of people in different leagues, my leagues. Some are running without traction and only ABS. Some are running no ABS with, let's say, medium traction, something like that. Some run without both of them or either of them. Some people just can drive with something, with one of the assists. You see, the car feels completely different all over what. And I've taken off the ABS, and the traction is now on 3, but the car is more stable under braking. Not going through the straight, but under braking, the car feels better now, more balanced. When it was with the 3 and 1, it's like the 6 that we have in 1, but more giving. Okay, really more responsive. Okay, I think that's the main point. Let's stay with this. Let's see. The car is just okay. So before we said the 1 with the 6, but I think if we go lighter on the traction, I think we should take the ABS. You see, the car under braking doesn't shift the same. It shifts, not the same. And going with one hand through Meretz and Beckens isn't the right way to do it. But leave that aside. It's of course it's personal preferences, okay, of what you like, but it feels more natural. Okay, let's say like that, something like that. The balance between them. Let's see what the 2 and 0 does, or maybe 4 and 0. Maybe we should try to look at that. We'll do a couple more laps, and I'll rest. Okay. The difference is easier to lock, of course, without the ABS, but so instead of the brakes that we changed in the setup, we didn't do anything, right? It's a default setup.
Yeah. Default
What does
aggressive, so-called.
Yeah, I know, but what does the internet say about setups here? About the default setups?
Basically, everyone just goes on the aggressive setup, change the brake pads, change fuel if they're going with fuel, and that's basically it. And play around with traction. No, this is like the basic. These are the basic changes. Let's say. I didn't went into like really deep setups yet.
In 2018 and 2019, the Formula games, the default setups were you couldn't do anything with them. Nothing. They were complete, I don't know, shit. But in 2020, they I don't know, maybe in order to allow newcomers to the game, make the game more accessible, something like that. The default setups are okay, really. You can actually go with them on track, and maybe you won't be the fastest, of course, but they're pretty good, really pretty good. They're very stable, which is what most of the people need. Okay, they're not In normal, in previous games, they would put all the settings in the middle, okay, which is a default setup in the middle. But here no, they actually changed it. So the setups, the default setups, let's say not the faster one or the slower one with high downforce and such, but if you take the real default setup and you go and have a look at the wings, for example, if I remember correctly, the default is 5.6 and not 6.6, for example. The springs are not the 6.6, which is the middle of the options that you get between 1 and 11 normally, but they're kind of like 5.3 as a default.
Yeah.
Okay, which means that first of all it lets you, let's say, give you a hint for how the setups actually behave in 2020. In terms of now the tires are cooked. Let's do a break anyway. From driving.
Let's go back to the garage.
So they actually made the default setups pretty good. Like the ride height isn't 6.6, which is very high, but I think it's 5.7, which is very stable, and they've done. I think they've done a very good work in this edition.
Comparing to
Previous, comparing to previous versions. Again, it's not a simulator. Okay, it's not a real simulator like this, or I don't know, iRacing and others. But it isn't an arcade. Like people tend to call it a simcade, something like that. I think they've done a huge leap this time, maybe because of the feedback that I got from Leclerc, Russell, Albon, and everyone that participated in the esports races. But like Leclerc on 2019 drove without traction and with ABS on. Okay. When they asked him why are you driving with ABS, you surely don't need ABS, because F1 cars don't need ABS. He said, okay, but going on a real F1 car without ABS feels like going with ABS on 2019, and going without ABS on 2019 doesn't feel like anything. Okay, so that's the reason. In this year, okay, in this edition, it's like I told you a few weeks ago, the braking is completely different. Okay, it's like they took some of the things that some of the drivers and other testers told them, and so there is a huge progress this time. Of course, there are other things that aren't there yet. Okay, I'm not only talking about bugs of a new game. You have to understand that everything that's new is going to be,
of course, yeah, of course,
will have bugs, and the online tends to crash once in a while. But we get you get an update once every 2 weeks, something like that. They will fix everything. The game is good. Okay. If we'll see.
And what do you think about the ACC?
The ACC. It's mixed, and the reason it's mixed, it's not that I only got one confirmed lap here. It's not the only thing. The wheel is okay, everything is okay. It took me a while to get used to the brakes, which is it's not the difference only in braking between the cars or games. It's between the pedal, the actual pedal, yeah. And what I told you before, I used only. I'm very trying to be very gentle driving the F1 game. Okay, which means that when I put my legs on the pedals, I don't go completely on the pedal. I go only 2/3, something like that, on the
Yeah.
pedal, in order to actually to make the pressure a little bit lower. Okay, and here
Yeah,
I
but
try
then-
to do the same.
Yeah, but these are load surface pedals. You have to pull on.
Exactly. I try to do the same, and as we saw at the first 15, 20 laps, the car, I couldn't stop the car. Okay, and I try to play with the pedal a little bit, and if you do the 2/3, like I'm doing right now, it's not going through the stop.
Yeah.
And if you push it, if you go above, like you do with your shoes, okay?
Of course.
Yeah, like you do with your shoes, it breaks perfectly. Okay, that's one of the things. So it's not related to the game, nothing at all. I have the same wheel, so the feeling is very familiar. It's not a problem. I do think the game. I do miss some. I think there are more details that we're probably missing. Okay. I think the most important thing that we should look for, and that's the feeling, like I said, of the weight transfer. Okay, when you do when you take a small
maybe that's
turn.
because of the dumping is set to 0 in the Trustmaster and 100 in the game. Maybe that's because of it.
I don't know, when you actually feel it, when you actually feel it, you lost the car. So it's a fraction too late, and like it's gone. Okay, you saw I just took my hands off the wheel, like you said, if it was a DD wheel, it would take my hands off, but it doesn't matter. It's lost. So you can't fight it. Okay, going to 900 degrees, you can't fight it. So I simply took it the hands off, but I'm missing that feeling. Okay, you do feel a lot with this game. I'm not. You know what? I haven't driven this car in real life. Of course, to tell you that if it's realistic or not. If I'll compare it to the Forza that I used to drive a little bit, Forza was too artificial. Okay,
of course.
too artificial. Whenever you were going right, left, it felt artificial. Everything there didn't feel like the real thing. Here, maybe it's some things like what I'm saying about the little bit weight transfer is maybe too much. Okay, it's much more than what I'm used to. Okay, in the F1 game, but it's like we say, Forza is an arcade, something like that, more close to an arcade. You got a simcade and you got a more simulation. So maybe that's the way it should be. Okay, I'm not saying it's not. Okay, it's not what I'm used to. I think that in this game you do need more, maybe more road feedback. I don't like road feedback. Okay, just to make it clear, I don't care really. If it doesn't do anything, I don't want to feel it. So if it doesn't actually make you sway with the car, I don't want to feel it. Okay, it's first of all, it makes you drive more with tension, and it's harder to drive. Okay, and if it doesn't do anything, that's what I'm saying about dumping everything that's artificial. I don't want it. Everything that doesn't do anything. Okay, I don't want it either. Okay, I think that's the base rule for me in any game. Okay, that we're playing. It's a good game. Okay, it's a good game. I don't really care about graphics and stuff. Same, really. I don't care. I don't look aside. I don't care if the flags there are waving, if you have crowd there, if it's realistic or not. I don't care. I try not to look there. I try to look towards the apexes, corners, and the cockpit view is, I don't know, something that, again, that you need to get used to. I'll probably play with it a little bit.
Yeah, I need to change the POV, of course. So
Yeah.
play around with your.
Yeah, it's you know, there's the part of the the field of view that is actually the, let's say, how far we are from the screen, but it's only part of it. Okay, it's something that fits you wouldn't fit me, and the other way around. I think it's a good game. Okay, it's a good game, but I think that you actually need to put a lot of time in it. Okay, it's not something you can go and really get into a certain car, like this one, which is the first I've driven, of course, but and going now to a different car will be like trying, maybe going through everything again. Besides the braking knowledge and that stuff. But
Even going, I can already tell you that even going on the same track with a different car, the learning curve will be completely different. You will have to start from the beginning. The game is that complex. I mean, each car is different here. Yeah.
One of the things that I saw, at least here at Silverstone, of course the track is slightly different from, I'm not talking about the old Turn 1 and stuff, but the track is slightly different. Like I've seen the video of Zandvoort and other tracks. They're not the same. I think here they are laser scanned.
Probably.
I'm not sure, really, I'm not sure. The tracks are different, okay? I think Zandvoort in the F1 game is real, because that's the only laser track that Codemasters put in the game. All the other tracks aren't. So that's, and it feels
but that's
really
not
good.
Codemasters.
Yeah, I know, in Codemasters. Here I don't know if it's laser, so the tracks are different. Knowing that Codemasters didn't laser track Silverstone, I don't know if this is more accurate and more real or not. Okay, you see that in the first few laps, you're thinking about how the track, going into a corner, you think the track looks like something that, from what I'm used to, like Codemasters are doing it, and here it was slightly different. Megas and decades are completely different in the terms of how. First of all, I think the height is different. Okay, of the track, but here it seems, I don't know, maybe more narrow a little bit. Not sure. Okay, I'm not sure. It looks like a little bit. There are other points in the track that are different, but it's okay. All in all, I think it's a good game. Really, I think it's a good game. Not sure I want to actually invest the time in it. Okay.
Yeah, because you have to invest the time.
Yeah, you have to invest
be
the time.
fast.
Yeah.
No way around.
Yeah. No way around. Again, in any simulator, it should be like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's, I think, the most important thing about the simulator, that it has a learning curve. It has something that you actually have to invest time and actually in order to be good, and not just put the fuel and turn the ignition on and just go and be fast. So we'll get it. How is it on consoles compared to PC?
Them still say it's the best simulator currently on consoles. no other game is at that level on consoles.
So maybe I'll get it when it go on a certain sale or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get it for Xbox and we'll go. We'll play with it. I saw that there's Project 3.
Yeah, but
Going
it's
out.
arcade.
Okay.
More arcade than.
I didn't
than
like
Project
2.
2. So it's more arcade-ish than Project Cars 2.
Oh,
Yeah, they went full on arcade for this one.
it's Codemasters, right? Project.
No, I don't.
Google that.
I don't think it's
Not sure who is it. Maybe Motor. No, I don't know. I didn't like Project Cars 2. It was really, you just turned the car, you started driving. I was fast.
No, Slightly Mad Studios and
Okay.
no, so no.
Going on Project Cars 2,
No,
I was
it-
fast. I was going
It was really.
on track and I was fast.
It's really bad.
Like that. I don't know if it's the bad, you know what?
No, it's not.
It's
similar-
Forza. I think it's Forza.
Yeah.
It's Forza in many ways,
Yeah,
maybe
it was
different
his
cars. but-
competitor, I think.
And I don't know, anyone. Does anyone still play Forza Motorsport?
No, probably not. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe most of the
There's a
people
new
I know.
Forza, there's a new upcoming Forza as well. Forza Motorsport 8 or Forza, they call it. But there's a new one. I don't know if it's going to be probably one of the new Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox
highlights.
6. Xbox 6, yeah. Then we'll see it in a few months, but I don't know. I think I'll get this game once it go on a certain sale and such. Up until then, I'll stick with the formula. It's completely different. You know what? It's not a completely different driving. Okay, the basics are the same. You have to be consistent. You have to be smooth and accurate. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're fast or not. You can be fast as long as you train. You will be fast, but you have to be smooth, accurate, and you have to keep all those things. And it's the same. Okay. The other elements of the car or the tracks and how you drive them are not the same. But in that term, I agree. It's much more similar to the F1 than any rally driving. Okay.
Yeah.
I think throttle control, brake control, how the way you brake, how much brake you apply in each corner, and its track. Okay. For each corner, you actually have to brake differently. You have to apply different, and you have to, that's what makes better drivers, more consistent, that you know exactly how much pressure you have to put in each and every corner. Each and every corner, and mainly when you go rally, okay? First of all, the main thing is flat out, okay? As much as you can. From my perspective, of course, okay? From my perspective. But you go flat out, okay?
Yeah, but
And
on
you-
you go flat out, and there are times you still hit the brakes a little bit to stabilize
Of
the
course,
car,
of
to get
course.
the back end of the car back in, etc. So there are situations in rally, let's say when you apply both throttle and gas together, like a mid corner or something like that, and then you throw in the clutch as well or something like that, mid corner. There are situations that you get in rally that you don't get in let's say,
of course.
track racing.
No, it's bad.
Uh,
All the things that you just said are very bad for the track.
Yeah, of course.
Very
of
bad
course,
to the
of
track.
course. So yeah, it's a completely different ball game.
Yeah, of course. No, it's a different approach to driving. So who's the best? Rally drivers or Formula One drivers? Ken Block, Hamilton, or
Or Loeb.
Oh, no, Loeb is there. I agree with that. We'll see. You want to drive? You want to
Yeah,
go?
let's do a few laps and then we'll finish the stream. So we're still on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Let's go back out to the track. Let's do like 2-3 laps. I'll try to beat that 2:13.
We should do it without a problem.
We'll try. So let's get back out. New tires, very, very cold tires. Wow.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
Tires are completely
Yeah,
cold, like frozen.
yeah. They're ready for you.
We stood out in the garage a lot.
A lot of time, yeah. You need about 3-4 psi more and about 30-35 more degrees Celsius, yeah. To get them okay. You're on 4 and 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay. They should be okay for the next lap, something like that.
The moment.
Let's do something else. Remove the. Okay. No, let's keep it on track. Don't hit the tires too much. From what I've seen on the 1.5 laps that you actually made, you're braking much better than me. Much better than me. But let's go. Let's go together with the track. You have to go to the right. You have to brake about the beginning of the curve. Okay. Try to keep it and then try to go to the left. Okay. Keep it in the middle. To the right. Keep there as much right. Oh, great. As much right as you can. Okay. You have to open up the wheel on the exit with a little bit of gas. Maybe short shift. Okay, maybe. Stick to the left here. Okay, we're going right. About here. You have to brake as you did right now. You can go to the left. Okay. But here you have to let the car drift to the right. Okay. I won't tell anything because I didn't do the maggots and baggets correctly, but normally stick to the middle and left, okay? Keep it straight. Don't let the car drift left, don't let it drift, and straighten the wheel, full gas, straighten the wheel. On the exit, any small turn that you make, you lose speed, okay? Here, go to the left, try to brake at the board, here, go, okay. Great, go to the right, stick to the right, or to the curb, straighten the wheel and flat out, on the curb. Okay, here brake again, at the sign. They put great sign here, that's what I tried, you see, you took the apex and again, right. No, let the wheel, don't turn the wheel too much. Okay, here you can take the right curve, or touch it on the apex, and you will be faster. Here to the left, and again. Great. Touch the apex, the wheel, less wheel, really less wheel. To the left. I think we should brake at the beginning of the left curve. Okay, here you have to take to the right, and I wouldn't say throw the car to the left, but you have to. If you wouldn't take enough right, okay, without going off track, if you wouldn't be able to maximize the corner. Here again at the beginning of the curve, okay, a little bit patience, and great on the curve. You can take the curve, stick to the right as much as you can, open the wheel, start to open the wheel with gas. Great. Keep it to the right of the track. Let it drift to the left. Too much wheel.
Yeah,
Too much wheel. Yeah.
But still faster
It was a 13. Yeah, the 3/10 from my lap. I wonder if with a normal setup, like suspension setup and such, if you can actually take the curve with them. Okay, because if you can
I bet you do.
Okay, because if you can take the right curve, stick to the right. Stick to the right, and open your wheel. Open your wheel. Let the car with gas, it wouldn't go left. If you do it without the gas, it will simply drift left, and you'll invalidate the lap. To the right. Keep it.
To the right.
Stick with the driving, it's better than you singing, okay? Stick to the left, stick to the left. Brake at the beginning of the curve. And take the apex. Great. Stick to the right, more, and now. There's another curve, perfect. There's another curve on the right side there. You have to go towards her and go to the left as soon as you hit her, okay? Or you approach it with on the same line. The curve. Go with the curve. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you can take the sign. No, I don't. Very good. Open the wheel, open the wheel. You're... You knocked off 2 10s from your last lap, from your previous lap, and you're now 24 thousandths from the lap I've done, the only lap I could make it right, okay? But you're taking this very good. Open the wheel, open the wheel, open the wheel. Stick to the left. It's a mistake. Most of the people going right at the exit, but it's wrong here. You should actually, as much as you can, stick to the left. Brake here. Get ready to open the wheel with gas. You're more than a second down your previous time. Don't go too much to the left here. Try to keep it, yeah, as close as you can to the right. We lost 4 10ths only here on this corner. 4 10ths on one corner. Open it and go to the left. Stick to the left, stick to the left. At the curve. Go to the right, try to drift to the curve and left. And left. Go, 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 it can take it. Although there's a sausage curve there, if you saw it. You have about 2 10ths here on this corner that you can gain. Okay, you're going 2 rounds, you can actually cut this corner. You broke in the middle now, and it was better. Very good, very good. It's a shame you invalidated the lap because you're up a second. Up a second, and you have about. We lost a few tenths before that. I think you go much faster than this. Open the wheel, open the wheel, open the wheel. 1.5 seconds out. Again, you're losing about a second there, okay? Very good, very good. To the right and to the left. Short shift to second. Half a second. You get there. Half a second. You see, you had a good exit. We're up 2 seconds on your time. Only on the exit. Very good. Stay in second. Start to open the wheel with gas. Open the wheel, open the wheel. You can do it sooner. You didn't lose even. You lost 1,000 here, and you have more time here, and it's a 210.
Oh, that was the first one.
It was a 210. It's, you know what? You were, if you look later on the stream, you see that before the straight, you were maybe half a second up your time, but opening the exit because if you're going into a straight, that's where you're gonna get your time in the lap, on track. Okay, that's where the time lies. It's not entering fast into the corner, as we say. Okay, it's all about setting the car, or in this case, from what you're opening the wheel with gas. It's you got 2 seconds only on that straight, and that's the main point. You can be faster only by opening like this one. Okay, once it's open, you should more gas. It will straighten the car at that point. But it has to be gradual with the wheel. Both should be gradual. Opening with gas. This is the corner that you need to work on. Okay, those 2 corners, the combination of them are the ones that you actually lose time. There are corners where you don't gain time, but in those corners you actually lose. No, you shouldn't go in this corner to that degree of wheel turn. It's a lot easier. It's an easy corner, okay? But the way or where you put the car before that, the previous corner, every corner that leads to another one, you have to nail the first one. Otherwise, you will lose on each and every part of it. Okay, that's a major thing in track, on how to attack tracks. Gas. Very good. Open it with gas. Half a second. We've got up until now. And when you entered Megas and Beckett, you were 1/10. Another 2 tenths. Go to the right. Right. To the right, but keep it straighten the wheel a little bit. Gas. You've got half a second. This time, you've got another half a second.
Let's try not to lose it.
No, it's okay. Too much wheel. You didn't lose anything. Try to get more time. Straighten the wheel, turn it a little bit, go. Great. Last time we've got 2 seconds here on this straight. This time we didn't gain or lost anything.
Oh no. And I've lost it anyway.
Of course, there's someone talking in your ear. So what can you do? You can't go anywhere. Nice one, but it's a nice one. It's like what I've told you on your first couple of laps before I took over. That's once you straighten your lines more, and of course it's a matter of confidence and other stuff, you will be much faster. So how am I as your co-nav?
What happens if I can't go into other teams' pits? I tried.
You can go only to yours? That's a shame. If it's a simulation game. Hey, it is what it is. If I want to go there.
Okay. So engine turned off, and with that sad note or happy note, we'll call it an end for the stream. I think for today's stream. If you
great.
see the mouse, the
Yeah, I do.
So I need the mouse. So
Thank you for having
with
me.
that note, yeah, you're welcome. And if you like today's stream, please give me and Keystones Alfisti's channels follow on Twitch. I'm also on YouTube and Facebook, Basel420. Also on Instagram, if you search Basel420, you'll also find me. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube and hit that like button. Much appreciated. So see you guys on my next stream. Yeah, we'll see on what game, on what simulator that would be on. We still see, we still have some events to do in that Rally 2.0. So with that said, thanks again and have a great weekend and enjoy.